name is Armand Sadiqian, and I'm the middle school president, the former middle school president, and I would like to thank you all for coming to the 8th grade celebration for the class of 2019. First of all, we would like to extend a special welcome to our superintendent, Dr. Much, our middle school administrators, Dr. Lalana and Mr. Dibbard, our wonderful parents and teachers, all of you guys, and of course, all of you guys down here, the guests of honor, the class of 2019. It's been a great year, and we are here this evening to take a moment to celebrate the accomplishments of all 8th graders, while recognizing a few students for their outstanding achievements and successes over the course of the school year. Before we start, there are some thank yous I would like to give out. I would first like to give a special thank you to Ms. Hoot for being the best student council advisor there could possibly be, and would also like to thank the student council for all their hard work in making this school year the best it can be. I would like to thank all of you guys for making this year a year that will truly be remembered. Tonight, we have a distinct pleasure to hear from a couple of 9th graders, guest speakers, and a recent graduated senior who will share some insight with us. We will also be handing out awards to a few of our outstanding students and recognizing each 8th grader by advisory. So without further delay, it's my pleasure to introduce our middle school principal to say a few words and kick off the celebration this evening. Dr. Lalana, would you please come on stage?
Thanks, Armand. We are going to kick off the celebration. It will be a celebration. Welcome. Dear parents, relatives, friends, and teachers of the ASD class of 2019, welcome to this important milestone in the lives of the young people you see gathered here before you, the ASD class of 2019. Today is not graduation, that end of school event that marks the end of K-12 schooling, and in most cases moving out towards independence. That was last week. But today is a no less important event. You see, the end of grade 8 is another huge marker of independence for you guys. I could say that you've reached the age of responsibility, but a lot of people say that, and I know there is no surer way to get a group of grade 8s to roll their eyes than to say that. Tonight I'd like to make a different distinction. To me, it isn't so much about clobbering you over the head with the weight of responsibility. It's about asking each of you to look inside and notice that there's a voice there. It's not always there, but it is there, and it will speak to you if you listen to it. Being in grade 8 means that you've reached an age when you can know yourself. Grade 8s, think about it. What would a grade 5 be able to say about who they are compared to what you can say? What would you have said about yourself 3 years ago? Don't ask our current grade 5s. They're exceptionally self-aware, and they'll put my theory out the door right away. Being at an age when you can know yourself means being at an age when you can judge yourself. It means being at an age when you can measure who you are against the results you are achieving. It means you can be hard on yourself. It means you can compare yourself. The little voice inside can sometimes be a negative one that isn't so little, one that yells and says you're not good enough, smart enough, capable enough. That's not the voice I'm talking about. The voice I'm talking about knows you and loves you. It's the voice of encouragement that you have built up from every gentle prompt that your parents have given you. It's every teacher who took you aside to explain how you can improve. It's the smile of the people who included you when you were frightened after moving to a new place. It's the voice that grew stronger and more confident when you finally took off on your own on the bicycle, when you finally got on the zip line, when you finally got to the top of Poon Hill. Why am I telling you about the little voices? I'm telling you about them because that's what's been growing in you. Responsibility can be an outside thing, but it's so much richer when it's an inside thing, when it comes from core values. You knew I was going to say it. The first 3 years, my first 3 years at ASD, have involved a great deal of change, but they've been relatively easy. That's right, I said it, relatively easy. There have been challenges. I've had to learn to grow. I've had to learn to adapt. I've had to learn to change. But I never had to doubt the mission. And I never had to doubt the core values. When I joined the school, the mission and core values were new, and so understanding them meant talking about them a lot. But it also meant that every conversation could be underscored by a common language, a place from which we could start, a shared belief. Knowing that I had that bedrock underneath me is what I mean when I say my job was relatively easy. I feel confident to handle challenge. I don't feel threatened when I'm asked to grow. And I do feel that I make a difference. I've been in Dr. Much's office, and when faced with a tough decision, Dr. Much has literally stood up and gone over to the wall and pointed to the core value that suddenly makes our decision clear. That's the little voice I'm in, and that's what it can do for you. According to researcher Lawrence Steinberg, adolescence now lasts longer than ever, and the adolescent brain is surprisingly malleable. These new discoveries make this time of life crucial in determining a person's ultimate success and happiness. Parents, I encourage you to get Dr. Steinberg's latest book, The Age of Opportunity. It provides excellent insight into what we're learning about adolescent decision-making. It may not solve the high school years for you, but at least you'll have something to read when you feel absolutely powerless. Students, adolescence lasts longer. Sorry, that's probably not what you wanted to hear. You should take some comfort in it, though, because while you're beginning to know yourself, who you will be is not set in stone. And it won't be set in stone tomorrow, or at the end of high school, or ever. When I arrived at the American School of Dubai in 2012, it was a time of great change. Each year for the past 3 years, we've chosen a theme to anchor our middle school, and each theme was borrowed from something we've been learning about from positive psychology. Something we are learning about the choices humans can make that transform their lives for the better. Something you can do something about. In 2012-13, my first year, we focused on growth. That was the year when you started doing personality inventories for your conferences, when we started to put more emphasis on map testing, when we talked about growth mindset, and you responded. You started to see that school could be a place focused on helping you develop, not just giving you grades. In 2013-14, we chose challenge as a theme. It was a good one. We asked you to look at your success against standards. We told you about grit. We asked you to redo, to try harder, to strive for exemplary. And you did. In 2014-15, we focused on care. When we started the year with that video of the Thai man doing all those good acts for his neighbors for no reason, I wondered if it was a message that would come across to middle school students. It did. This was the student council who put not one, but 5 teacher appreciation presents and notes in teachers' mailboxes. This was the group who looked after each other as well, who respected teachers, who we thanked for your kindness. This was the year we read Long Walk to Water and ended up building wells in South Sudan. It has been a pleasure to serve as your middle school principal. As I've outlined above, we've been guided in the middle school by a belief that you have opportunity and choices. And we're driven by a belief that the way we treat you, what we talk about, and what we emphasize will play a small part in shaping that voice inside you that knows who you want to be and that goes for it. Know yourself, and know that you make a difference, and that you can make even more of a difference. Let that little voice roar. Thank you. One of the ways we've marked our progress with the core values has been with the Core Values Award. We talked a lot. We don't talk much about award ceremonies anymore. We talk a lot more about recognition. And if you've been in the audience for this before, you'll hear the same message. I say recognition because what we're doing is thanking those students who, by their model, understand what it is what we're talking about. We can talk about it in the abstract, but it's when we see those students who in their daily lives make life at school or life on a trip better for those people around them. It's those students who practice care in who they are and in their daily life. I would like to honor our Core Values Award winners from Quarter 1, Quarter 2, and Quarter 3. Could I please just ask you to stand? Madison Algray, Armand Sadigian, and Chloe Spinks. Your company is one person short of a full load, so let's find out who is going to be honored with the Core Values Award for our fourth quarter.
Positive, enthusiastic, inquisitive, hardworking, leader. These are the first words that come to mind when teachers describe our Core Values Award winner for quarter 4. When asked to describe this person, teachers gave so many examples that if we read them all, we'd be here for days. However, here are some of the ways people describe her. She is such a fun-loving student who finds joy in her learning. She sings and speaks in Arabic and laughs at her mistakes. Everyone agrees that she has a lovely presence in the classroom. She is playful with her teachers and peers and has a great sense of humor, even when things aren't going her way.
Her enthusiasm for learning is contagious. Whether it's exclamations of, "This is my favorite project ever," or "I'm so excited to work on this," she is always a source of motivation for her peers to pursue excellence. One teacher stated, "We should clone her and have at least one of her in every class." This individual is the perfect example of a curious student, always looking for new ways to see things and explore new ideas. She is extremely creative and internalizes her learning, often going well beyond the assignment guidelines to make it her own. She also gives great advice to her peers when she states things like, "Don't compare your project to others. Be 100% you." She's true to herself, even when others tease her about her beloved Evernote.
Her coaches agree with her teachers. They describe her as a determined athlete who appreciated feedback to improve her softball skills and asked questions to further her knowledge of the game. She hustled and persevered, setting a great example for others on and off the field by consistently encouraging her teammates. In all of her performing arts endeavors, she is always one of the hardest working and most energetic performers, with one of the most emotionally expressive faces. Her artist's heart allows her to connect deeply to everything she does, while inspiring everyone around her. Teachers also commend her natural leadership among her peers. She is never bossy, never cross, never impatient, never mean, never overbearing, but always helps everyone succeed, learn, grow, and get through their day with a smile on his or her face. Her compassion and respect for others shows through even during competitions. After a recent debate in which her team was much stronger, she pointed out the strengths of the other team with sincere admiration. She works with various service clubs, including SINA, Gaia, and NJHS. She is a Falcon ambassador, and she has worked at a food bank in Arizona for the past 3 summers. Even with all of these fantastic examples, it is hard to capture her unique and amazing personality in words. She dreams big and has a bright future ahead of her.
The fourth quarter Core Values Award winner is none other than our favorite teenage detective, Rosie Catanzaro.
Good evening, class of 2019. It's an absolute privilege and honor to be here tonight to present the Ambassador Sports Award for Sportsmanship. This award is presented to the middle school girl and boy who, in the opinion of coaches, referees, and parents, have made a major contribution to the ASD athletic program. Areas considered include sportsmanship, attitude, skills, and the ability to get along with peers and coaches. These awards are decided on by our coaching staff and are presented here this evening at this awards ceremony and recognition evening. This year's winner of the Ambassador Sports Award for Sportsmanship is none other than Chloe Spinks.
Students and parents, it's my pleasure to be able to announce the ASD Scholar Athlete Award. This award goes to an outstanding athlete in middle school. The recipient has a high standard of academic and athletic ability, participation in sports, and a sense of sportsmanship. The athletic department nominates 3 athletes. The faculty reviews students and ranks them according to their academic ability and achievement. I'm pleased to announce that the recipient is decided upon in a group meeting. This year's recipient of the ASD Scholar Athlete Award is Lawrence Rule.
Very excited to present to you the Fabry Fine Art Memorial Award. This award is given in memory of Massimo and Andrea Fabry. The recipient of this award will be a student who, like Max and Andrea, demonstrated enthusiasm and excellence in the fine arts while attending our school. The recipient's dedication and commitment has been demonstrated by their appreciation for, sensitivity to, and accomplishments in the fine performing arts. This year's recipient of the Fabry Fine Arts Memorial Award is Eugene Chow.
I didn't even have to check any, just wanted to be. The Principal's Award goes out to an outstanding student who not only excels academically, but also who best characterizes the student profile and the ASD core values. The faculty and the school administration select the winner in a group meeting. To receive this award, a student must have attended ASD for a minimum of 1 academic year. This year's award, the recipient of the Principal's Award is Yunsa Park. Esther, come on up.
Academic Excellence is a special award that is presented to the outstanding academic student, both in 8th grade and in 12th grade. And unless I'm mistaken, I believe I saw Ross Rauber coming into the theater tonight. Ross was recognized last Friday night as the winner of this award as the class valedictorian in the class of 2015. And Ross will be going to Yale and US this fall. Ross, are you in the audience? If so, To qualify for this award, a student must have demonstrated a high level of academic performance and exhibited the following character traits: leadership, a positive attitude, courtesy, respect for others, and integrity. The faculty and the school administration in the middle school select the winner in a group meeting, and to receive this award, once again, a student must have attended ASD for a minimum of 1 academic year. It's my pleasure to present this year's winner of the Ambassador's Award for Academic Excellence to Adi Sethi.
Let's have another round of applause for all our award winners this evening. Congratulations. Hi, my name is Anthony, and I have the pleasure of introducing 2 of our student speakers tonight. They were the 9th grade student government representatives this year, so they were attending this same ceremony just last year. They have graciously accepted to speak with you about their experiences and give some advice before we move into high school in a few short months. Please give a warm welcome to Megan Gupta and Gary Liu.
Congratulations, class of 2019!
The year is almost over. My name is Gary Liu, and with me here is Megan Gupta.
This past year, we served as the 9th grade class representatives, meaning we have just completed our freshman year of high school.
And let me tell you, it was not a walk in the park.
We didn't begin 9th grade with everything we needed to know. There was a lot of learning that happened on the way.
So to make your transition into high school that much little bit easier, we have compiled a list of 10 things that you should know before you start high school. And don't worry, if you don't know, you most certainly will by the time your year is over. Number 1, doors. Be very careful which door you open in high school. For those of you who still don't know, the bathrooms are switched. And let me tell you, walking into the wrong bathroom would not be the best way to start out your first day of high school.
Number 2, freshman year matters. If you slack off, it will really throw off your cumulative GPA by the time you're applying to the colleges. Also, by working as hard as possible, you're training yourself for sophomore, junior, and senior year. It's only going to get harder as the years go by.
Number 3, make sure you take complete advantage of all the sports and clubs that we have here at ASD. For those of you who are not part of a sport or a club, you have no idea what you're missing. So try out for the musical if that's what you've always wanted to do. Try out for sports, whether it be football, whether it be basketball, volleyball, or even swimming. Now for all of you here who have always wanted to try out for a club, do an activity, 9th grade is the year to do it. There's no better time, trust me.
Number 4, don't let the fear of being the youngest stop you from doing something. High school at ASD is nothing like what you see in Mean Girls and High School Musical. The older grades have all been freshmen once and you know exactly what you're going through. So don't fear anybody and you do you.
Now number 5, remember to get out of your comfort zone once in a while. If you do what you've always done, then you're gonna get what you've always gotten. Just take that extra step sometimes. Do a little extra. If your life seems always comfortable and easy, guess what? 9 times out of 10, you're not doing enough.
Number 6, it's all about the balance. In the wise words of Wiz Khalifa, work hard, play hard. Find the perfect balance between school, extracurriculars, friends, and family. You'll want to look back at high school with fond memories, so keep that in mind.
Number 7, your learning is now your responsibility. Nobody's going to babysit you once you're in high school. At this point, teachers now look at you to make sure that you are finishing homework on time and that you are handing in assignments when they are due. So if you're having trouble with a subject, make the effort to go approach a teacher, ask him or her questions, because they are always there to help you if you need it.
Number 8, you will face disappointment, and that's okay. I promise you, there will come a time when you don't get the grade you wanted, or the role in the musical, or the girl you really liked just rejects you. And that's okay. Learn how to fall down and have the courage to get off your butt and try again.
Number 9, don't be afraid of change. If you weren't the slightest bit scared for high school, you should be. You really, really should be. Don't worry, but I can guarantee you, at some point in your life next year, things are going to change. Learn how to adapt to the change. Rule the change and not let that change determine you.
Number 10, don't freak out and have fun. You're only a high school freshman once, and it's honestly an incredible change from middle school. Your freshman year is a time when you can really explore your interests before you make a decision about which path you want to follow. So enjoy it.
Well, hopefully we have covered here tonight a few of the most basic things you should know before going into high school. Remember them, because they are pretty important, especially the doors one. Now, all in all, Meg and I would wish you all good night and good luck to all of the class of 2019 for your next year.
I can't wait to welcome you guys to high school. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that inspirational speech, Megan and Gary. Great advice. And now each 8th grader will be individually recognized by advisory. To start us off, I would like to ask Mr. Babor, Dr. Lalonde, Mr. Dibbert, Ms. Adufacker, and her advisory to please come to the stage down the right side of the auditorium. Students, please stay on stage until everyone has received their t-shirts, and so a quick advisory picture can be taken. Thank you.
We have Larissa, Leanne, Allison, Annan, Karam, Talia, Megna, Griffin, Audie, and Zane. So we have Larissa, Leon, Allison, Annan, Karam, Talia, Megna, Griffin, Audie, and Zane. advisor, we have Amir, Eugene, Ollie, Sarah, Esther, Andrew, Pablo, Lauren, Benjamin, and Isabel. All right, thank you very much. Next up is Ms. Burrow's advisor. We have Donna, Mikhail, Carmen, Joanne, Margaret, Isabella, Alexander, Sophia, Tarek, and Simran. Thank you very much. Mr. DeRose, advisory. First up, we have Rosie, Forrest, Mia, Aryan, Amaya, Abba, Toki, Zen, Chloe, Kanal, and Janet. Thank you. Ms. Proctor, advisory as well. First up, we have Farhan, Zane, Claire, Katie, Chantel, Mark, Melissa, Sabine, and Satya. Ms. Falker's advisory. Next up is Mr. Fuentes' advisory. First up is Naya. Christina. Joaquin. Casper. Skylar. Nida. Franco. I'm sorry, Sydney, I forgot.
Thank you.
I don't think I know it. Sorry, Sydney. Dustin. Justine. And Katie. Mr. Fuentes' advisory. Next up is Ms. Booth's advisory. First up, we have Sama. Asher. Natalia. Leticia. David. Aiden. Aria. Natasha. Zenden. And Paula. Advisory. Thank you. Next up, we have Mr. Rivera's advisory. So we can go the applause again. Thank you. First up, Adnan. Please hold the applause again. Thank you. Deba. Farah. Renesa. Jenna. Armand. Khalil. and Alex. Thank you very much. Next up, Ms. Monroe's advisory. So Ms. Rosier will be stepping in for Ms. Monroe, who happened to have a bounce accident earlier today. First up is Anushka, Sarah, Mohammed, Lily, Mateo, Seneca, Catherine, Alexis, Zane, Madeline, and Michael. Thank you. Next up is Ms. Phillips. First up, we have Lana. Anthony. Trisha. Benjamin. Kate. Amina. Heather. Keon. Luna. Charlotte. And Rod. Next up, we have Ms. Reynolds Perkins, advisory. First up, we have Colin. Madison. Peter. Luca? Sariti? Tarek? Rachel? Noor? Kabir? Joel? And Kala. And Mr. Brazor is about we have Nadine. Jackie. Rachel. Samin. Tanya. Yasmina. Sean. Nathaniel. Nicholas. Abby. And Laura. Mr. Brazor and Riders.
Hi again, it's Paula. Lena. It is our pleasure to make one more introduction before we head off for the party on the fall. As we look forward to high school and what lies ahead, it makes sense to hear from someone who's been there and done that. So we'd like to invite to the stage one more special guest here.
Many of you may know him since he's been one of the more visible students around campus in his 10 years. He has participated in many different activities. The high school music schools breeds some chemistry, the wrestling team engaging in clubs such as SINA, and also directed middle school one-act plays in his junior and senior year.
We are very fortunate to have him speak to us tonight. Please welcome from the class of 2015, Simon Muller.
for the kind introduction. Good evening, students, parents, and faculty. When I was approached to speak to all of you, I have to admit, I was thrilled. Yay, I thought. I can pass on my wisdom and all the ins and outs of high school to these young rising freshmen, many of whom I've been privileged enough to work with and get to know. As I sat down at home and put pen to paper, or my fingers to the keyboard, I sat and thought, where to begin? What words of wisdom could I pass? I mean, I'm only 17. Do I start off with the cliched, I remember when I was your age, sitting in the same seat you are now? As I thought more, I realized as someone who went through the past 4 years of high school at ASD, I'll try my best to give you my 3 tips to high school survival. Feel free to take notes. First, as you transition from middle school to high school, don't stress yourself out. You've been prepared by your teachers for all your freshman classes. The sophomores, juniors, and seniors all were in your position and are not out to get you. You're in the same school, same cafeteria, slightly different timetable, but you get the point. There's no reason to stress yourself out. If you're not freaking out about the transition, it'll be smoother regardless of the bumps you face. It might be a long shot, but I equate it to riding a roller coaster. As you're riding along, screaming at the top of your lungs, scared for your life, if you ever calm yourself and take a look around, take a few deep breaths, it's really not that bad. But if you're freaking out, it'll be the scariest experience of your life. So chill out. This applies to you too, parents. Don't stress your kid out. Some nerves are natural, but it's really about making the student feel comfortable. Second, as you move into the high school as a freshman, take the opportunity to try new things out. As a high school student, you'll be given access to a variety of clubs and activities for you to join, so capitalize on the opportunity. Remaining active in the community is something I absolutely love. For those of you who are worried about your grades slipping, or you want to have extra time to study and comfortably make the transition, I found that keeping active actually increases my productivity, and as a result, I do better in school. Additionally, there's no better way to meet other students than through activities, which will arguably make the transition much smoother. So try out for the musical or sport you never thought you could do. Sign up for that club, or all the clubs if you want to try them. I took a shot at wrestling in freshman year and have been doing it ever since. Really spend freshman and sophomore year thinking about what you want to do, and then focus on them in your junior and senior year. Trust me, time flies and it goes even faster when you keep active. To the parents, I ask that you allow your students to really try things out and allow them to give something up if they have really vetted the experience and have concluded that this is not right for them. If they don't like something, they won't be doing it to their best, so allow them to do something to their best in whatever they're doing. Lastly, enjoy every moment. This school is yours. Treat it with respect and take advantage of everything it has to offer. Attend the sports games and cheer your heart out. Watch the plays and musicals. Support your classmates and other students in the school. Stay spirited and stay positive. Yes, there will be nights you wish you didn't have any work, but embrace them. It's only preparing you for college and the workforce. So make sure to take everything in a positive light. Take the time out of your year to spend time with your family and friends, and really find who and what matters to you and focus on them. This school was my home and forever will be a part of my memory. Take the next 4 years you have in high school to make memories, treat the school with respect, and I guarantee you in 2019, when you walk across the stage to collect your diploma, you will not be disappointed. Thank you, good luck, and congratulations.
Thank you, Sammy, for those words of wisdom. Now it's time to reap the benefits of our hard work, but some quick logistics first. We realize your parents may want to take some photos of you and your friends after this, so students are asked to do this as quickly as possible in the foyer.
Also, you may want to give your parents the items you received tonight for safekeeping and then head out to get one within 15 minutes at the end of the ceremony so you can hop in the limos or head over to the classes. The limos have been assigned by advisors, so be sure to find the right one so everyone can be accounted for.
Be sure to get a wristband before leaving the limo so you can enter Club Rush. And a reminder to parents, please pick up your child from Club Rush reception at 10 o'clock p.m. Club Rush is located on the ground level in the West Tower, next to Saffron Restaurant. The closest parking is the Conference Center parking.
It is now 7:10, so please be at gate 1 in your limo by 7:25. 15 minutes.
Congratulations again to all the award winners, and thanks again to our guest speakers. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, students. One thing before you leave, I just want to make a quick correction so you can see where your rides are going to be. The cars are actually available at gate 5. And Mr. Gibbert, if you could advance the slide. One more. So there are 6 cars, and we'd like you to buddy up with your buddy advisory. I think I have those right, but if not, please stick to those. So go to the first car if you're in Mr.